Hello folks, I'm remaking this video because I changed the way I had made the secret doors look, and it really didn't make any sense. It was just to make the push walls look different, and as I was doing it I realized that, or as I was making the other video, I realized that there should be some sense of order to it, so it would be easier to tell the difference between a push wall path that led to a free life as opposed to a push wall path that led to a gold cross, as opposed to a dead end, as opposed to a boss, as opposed to the main path. So I changed the configuration and decided to redo the video. Also, I was adding the God mode sprites and ran into a problem, and that was when I realized that I had patched all the files to run on 1.4, but I was not using the 1.4 patched files. I was using the 1.1 version files. And it was as I was going through those that I came to realize that the call apogee say Aardwolf sign did not exist in the 1.4 version. They had removed it. So I decided that I would make two versions of this video, one for the 1.1 version and one for the 1.4 version, so that you could see the difference in what they did when they removed the the Aardwolf sign. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make this one. This is the 1.1 version. Then I'm going to make another video that's the 1.4 version. In the case of this version, this one's going to show you the map as it was laid out originally. As far as the map goes, there's no difference between 1.1 and 1.4. So on the 1.4 version, I am going to use the map that I changed to make it 100% solvable, so that I can show you that difference at the same time. So without further ado, let's get on over to the maze. This is episode 2, level 8, where the maze is a bunch of push walls that you have to find your way through. Originally to get to the apogee sign for a contest that ended up never happening because the editors appeared soon after the game was released, and they realized that anybody with an editor was going to find that sign and call and say Aardwolf to see what they did. So they just canceled the whole thing before they even advertised it. Anyway, here we go. You'll be able to see that all of the main path push walls have that wall, as opposed to the other push walls, and you'll see them on the way. Now this is just the beginning of the maze. We're not even into the maze proper yet. The maze proper begins right here. Now I use that particular wall type to denote the path to the bosses. These are part of the original game, and they do not push, right? They're just signs, so don't confuse those. Anyway, here we go, the first push wall of the maze proper. And again, the eagle walls represent the primary path that leads to what was in this version the apogee sign. This wall, the one with the flag, I'm using to denote paths that lead to free lives. There are 6 free lives in this version. When they removed the Aardwolf sign from the 1.4 version, They made up for it by adding another free life there. So in the 1.4 version, there are 7 free lives. At any rate, there are 2 free lives in both of them that are not accessible, and a third one that may or may not be accessible. So let's get on with it. We're gonna take this path that leads back to a free life. Now, you're going to say, but wait a minute, this is a dead end. Where's the free life? Well, this was part of the problem. The wall that's over there, that's behind this push wall, is another push wall. But you can't get to it because it's blocked by this one, rendering this a dead end. In my corrected map, which you'll see in the version 1.4 playthrough, I fixed that, and I will show you how when we get there. So back to the main path. Now I use this wall to depict a dead end path, meaning it doesn't really go anywhere. In the case of this one, it only goes to there, but there is a ammo clip you can pick up. So we continue on the main path. And we come to another dead end path. This one is only 2 push walls deep, and it dead ends right there. So we come back to the main path. Oh, and by the way, if you decide you want to change your level 8 puzzle to match mine so that you can get 100% completion, just remember you have to follow all those dead end paths and push all those push walls in order to get 100% secret. Here we come to another dead end path. This one, like the first one, is only 1. So it dead ends right there. So we continue on the main path. And we come to the next free life path. This is the one where you have to make a choice if you get both push walls, and you may not get both of them. We'll find out when we get there. Also on this path are the paths that lead to the gold crosses, both of which are well, actually all 3 of which are inaccessible in this version. Now we'll follow this path first. This is the longest dead end path in the game, or in the maze. just to get it out of the way. The idea is that I'm going to show you just exactly how much completion you can get if you follow everything you can follow in this maze the way it was originally designed. There's the end of it. So now we'll go back. And we will continue to follow. Oops. This path. Now, here, behind that push wall, is a door, is another push wall. It leads to the first of the 3 gold crosses. Because you can't get through this, you can't get to that gold cross. Now we continue on. And here we come to the second path that leads to the other 2 gold crosses. I used this wall so it would stand out and be different enough from the surrounding walls that you could see the path. Now, you're going to say, well, wait a minute, this is dead ending. Well, it's the same thing. Behind that push wall is the push wall that goes that way to lead to the other 2 gold crosses. Because you can't get through here, you don't get those gold crosses. So now we come back to the free life path. Here we are. Now, that is the push wall that blocks the door to the room that has the free life. Behind this push wall is the other push wall that will allow you to get in there and get through that door. Because this wall only moved 2 spaces, that push wall is covered and you can't get to it. So the only choice you have is that one. And as you can see, you can't get to the room. Even though as it slid back, you could see the door jamb show up, showing that there was really a door there. There's the other push wall, and you can't do anything with it because you can't push the side that you need to push. So that's one push wall on top of all the other ones you couldn't push that are going to prevent you from getting 100% secret and 100% treasure on this level. And now we're back to the main path. We continue on. the next free life path, and this one is not blocked, so you will actually be able to get this free life. Right there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention back at the beginning of the maze, there is another free life that you can't get to. I'll show it to you on the way back. As you can see, I still don't have this map memorized to the point of knowing exactly where everything is. I still have to look and see if I see one of those other walls here and there. Here we come up to the first boss within the maze. Make sure I'm in God mode. Okay.
Guten Tag! Mutti!
I'm doing this in God mode simply because the idea is to get through the maze and show you that 100% is not possible on this maze. Okay, there's the next dead end path. It's not a very long path, but it's not that short. Just not as long as the longest one is. And there's the dead end. And this leads to the next free life. This also is one that's not blocked, so you can get it. Now we will continue on the main path, and there's the next free life. In this version, there are only 6 free lives. I've already gotten 5. I started with 3 and I've gotten 2. Of the 6 free lives on this level, you can only get to 3 of them. So this is the third one. I'm not going to pick it up yet because I want to fight the boss first. Oh wait, that's right, I'm not fighting the boss in this one. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. This one I'm going to show you the apogee sign, which means we're not going to get to fight that boss. And I'll be showing you what the percentages are at the end of completing the level. There is one more dead end coming up. Right here. We're almost at the end of the maze. This is the last dead end path. And there's the dead end. And now we go to the end of the maze. And here we are. If you push this wall, then you will get to another push wall that's directly behind this one. And that push wall will allow you to get to the room that has the boss in it. If you push this one, which I'm going to do, it allows you access to that room and blocks the secret door that goes back to the boss. And here is the Call Apogee Say Ardwolf sign. Nothing else you can do here except look at it. But now, just to make sure I've pushed every push wall I can push, I'm pushing that one. Okay. So now every push wall in the game, in the maze that is pushable, has been pushed. Now when we get back down here to the beginning, I will show you the other door that's hidden that you can't get to, that I forgot to show you when I came into the maze. Okay. It's this one right here. There's a push wall right behind that wall that you can't get to. That leads to another push wall that goes that way. Okay, the push wall there goes that way, then the next one goes that way, and then to the left of that, once you open it, is another free life that you obviously cannot get to because it's blocked by this one. Now these are all defects in the map, the way it's been in the game all the way up through the last revision. They never fixed it. So, to show you what it looks like, I'm still in God mode. I'm not doing this to make points. I'm doing this to I gotta get some ammo. Never can tell when one of these guards will slip into one of these rooms. So you gotta check them all. And that's the best you're going to get on this level, the way it occurred naturally. If you chose the boss, the second boss, over the apogee sign, you would have gotten 100% kill. But that's the only 100% you would have ever gotten. Thank you for watching, and now I'm going to make the other video on the 1.4 version.